What is up and welcome back. Today I'm bringing you a deck profile of the deck I won my last locals with. So we were playing, as you can see, Goblin Bikers with a smaller Fiendsmith, well, with the Fiendsmith engine. So anyway, we're playing 3 Dog Charger, the best card of the deck. We're playing Gone Wild, a really great normal summon. We're playing 2 Sploder, 2 Merciless. I've seen people cutting 1 Merciless for the other level 3, and I definitely see the point of it, though I feel like the restriction of it is weird, being its summon is once per second turn, you know, like Mirror Jade. So right now I'm not playing it, but I'm considering cutting 1 Merciless for it. We're playing 3 of the new support, the Grand Breakout that we've gotten. The card that let us play through Nib. I think really a great card. Always playing 3. Playing 1 Grand Bash, just in general good. If you want to, you need to go for an OTK, or well, you just need to make the rank 6, the level 6, either 3 or any of the others for rank 6. Good card. We are still playing 3 Grand Entrance. Mainly just searches a Goblin Biker, but also a special summon. For non-engine, we're playing 1 Cold Buy, 3 Impermanence, 3 Droll, 3 Ash, and 3 Crow. That's what I fit, and I feel like these are the best cards for the format that we're going into. For the Fiendsmith engine, I'm playing 1 Tract, 1 Lacrima, 1 Fable Lorry, and 3 Engraver. I've thought about cutting the engine down to just 1 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, but the thought of drawing the Engraver and still being able to go into Highway of King Caesar, being able to insulate through against the Nibiru before actually comboing off feels amazing. Other than that, we're playing 3 Terratop and 1 Tekken Tomborg, and we're playing the Armored XYZ and Full Armored XYZ for search target or bricks, more or less. Well, I guess the Terratop is not a brick, but yeah, being able to play some stuff. For the extra deck, we are playing 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, 1 Moon, and 1 Disarray, alongside with the Necrocrypt Princess and a Caesar. Well, you know, standard stuff for the Fiendsmith engine. We are playing 1 Armor XYZ Fortress and 1 Full Armored Knight Lancer, words are hard. This feels solid, honestly. I don't really like playing the rank 3 because we already have other rank 3s that we are using throughout the turn, and the 1 draw just doesn't justify playing it. We are playing 2 Gabonga and 1 Crazy Beast. It feels pretty good. Crazy Beast is amazing for, well, making a small board and being able to recur it the once per duel where you can summon it back. And you know, Gabonga is Gabonga, right? Then we are playing a Zeus and a Typhon, just in case that the game are going further than we wanted to. And Crisis is just, well, toolbox, right? Then we're playing 1 Gossip Shadow, being the rank 3 of choice that I'm playing, for summoning during the opponent's turn with the XYZ Trap. This is usually what I play. And for last but not least, we're playing the SP Little Knight. Just a solid card all in all. For the side deck then, I were at the time playing 3 Cosmic, just standard, having a hard time dealing with back row with this deck, due to most of the cards being still a monster. Just helps with that. D-Fisher, the Floodgate of choice. The deck plays fine under it, being that when you detach monsters, you still put them in the graveyard, because they are considered monsters and not, well, they're considered XYZ materials and not monsters. Pretty good. Again, Lightning Storm and the 1 Duster, again for back row. We are playing Retaliating Sea, to hit some of the decks having a hard time playing under shifter without ourselves having to play under shifter. Feels solid to me. And last but not least, we're playing the 3 of Fuvulas. To me, drawing it going first, it felt bad. Like the only thing you'd be able to do is summon the Tamagan Tomborg if you drew it too. We have so many normal summons that we aren't really able to get rid of it, and discards aren't a thing in this deck. So I feel like it's a cheap and not very expensive psych deck option. But anyway, I feel like it's worth running, but not worth running in main. So for the first combo, we actually only need the Terratop in hand from the start. We can have anything like hand traps or board breakers or whatever, doesn't really matter here. We'll start off with specialing out the Terratop effect to search a Speedword, searching out the Tamagan Tomborg, special summon the Tamagan Tomborg, overlay these for the Big Gabunga. Big Gabunga effect will search out Gone Wild. Now, because we only control goblin monsters, we can normal summon out the Gone Wild. Gone Wild effect will special summon out the Duck, and Duck effect will search out the new Goblin Biker Grand Breakout. We'll save that for later. Now, we'll go into the Armored Fortress, detaching 2, of course. Very important that we detach the Big Gabunga here. Searching out 2 of the Armored XYZ spell traps. We will now activate the Armored XYZ, targeting Gone Wild and Gabunga, to equip the Big Gabunga to the Gone Wild, having it now being a light fiend. We can now do the fun stuff of going into Requiem effect, sending for cost, tributing for cost Lacrima, and Lacrima effect to summon to this Lacrima effect to send the Engraver into the graveyard. Now we will Requiem attach to the Crimson Tears, sending both into the graveyard for Necrocrypt Princess. Now we will activate the Engraver effect, shuffling the Requiem into the deck. And here, if we are not getting the Nibiru, of course, we will overlay these usually into the Caesar, High Wave King Caesar. Now we could honestly almost just end here. We could go SP into the dark, but we can also do something fun. We can break out, go the Armored Fortress into the graveyard. We don't really need it anymore, and we can summon out the Ladder Sploder. Ladder Sploder will now get us the Big Gabunga effect. And here, as I said before, we could actually go into the SP here, or if we want a little bit more security, we can go into Gossip Shadow. We can now set the Armored XYZ, still having 4 cards in hand, and doing the end phase for follow-up or for, well, next turn, we can attach Merciless to the Gabunga. Here, we have a pretty solid board, right? We have 1 interruption in the Gabunga being able to attach, Gossip Shadow being able to, well, not negate an effect, but being able to change an effect. And also we have 2 disruptions in the Caesar. During the turn, usually after we've used both the Caesar effects, or if we need to detach one for the Sploder that we get in the graveyard, we can full armored XYZ. We can summon out on top of the Caesar the full armored Dark Knight, and at any point of the opponent's turn, banish the full armored XYZ from the graveyard, equip the Armored Fortress, and then attach another card. Another thing that we don't usually see that often, you can full armored XYZ into funny stuff like the Typhon, just being able to, you know, cut off the big damage of the opponents. Usually putting it into defense. If they try to attack into the fortress, now remember, we have the breakout that can banish from graveyard to, in this case, detach 1 from the Gabunga. Maybe even 2 if we detached off the Gossip Shadow and attach the monster. We can make the opponent's monsters lose 1000 attack equal to the number of detached from goblin monsters. Pretty crazy board, and still having 4 cards in hand feels pretty crazy. For the second combo, let's say we actually do start with the Gone Wild in hand. We want to Gone Wild effect to summon out the dog. Dog effect to grab us the, again, probably best new card for this deck, Grand Breakout. Now, we could of course have gotten us the continue spell and make these level 3 to go into dog, but I feel like this line is better. So we want to link these off into Moon into Requiem into Crimson Tears, and putting the Engraver into the graveyard. Now we will use Engraver effect, shuffle Moon back into the deck. Now we can link these 2 off into Sequence, and Sequence will shuffle out the, well, used cards back into the deck. Sequence will of course then get us Disarray. Now we'll use the Breakout to tribute the Sequence for a Clatter Exploder. Exploder will get us back the dog, and I guess you pretty much see the lines from here, right? Dog and Exploder into Gabonga. Gabonga effect can search out the dog, another dog. You can also special summon that if you will get it off here. We can Fortress. Fortress will usually get off the Gabonga and the Exploder for next turn, right? To get us the Charger and the Armored XYZ. Now we can dog, detach the dog, and might as well get out the SP for disruption for next turn. And also, please don't forget to equip the Sequence to the Disarray. Of course, this doesn't look like much, but if the opponent ever decides to XYZ someone for a reason, we can always Exploder into the Dog Charger. Another thing we could do, instead of going into the SP here, we could let the Fortress stay on the field with Dog still in hand. And when the opponent passes priority, we can Exploder, detach, Charger, activate the Armored XYZ, and overlay these 2 into the Gossip Shadow. Or Dog if you want, Big Gabonga if you want that. Alternatively, of course, we could also go into the rank 7, being Dark Knight, or in the case before, Typhon, or whatever you'd feel like. Like, a lot of possibilities depending on the deck you're playing against. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments what you think I'm missing, if I'm missing anything. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you. See you. Bye.